Let all the facts, figures, and statistics be correct. You will be a friend of the panel. But when you mislead or misrepresent the panel by adding your own fancy to it, the sword of Damocles of content will not only be on your head, but will descend devastatingly, incisively, and decisively. We have a clerk of panel here. He will not do anything different from what used to be done in the court by the clerks of court. He will call the cases. He will announce your appearance. Put your witness into the witness box. Of course, seniority, priority is given to it. At the end of the day, we'll be happy to say, and you will also be happy to say, like Horatio Nelson said, after the Battle of Trafalgar, where he subdued Napoleon Bonaparte. Although at that battle, he lost one of his eyes, but at the end, he emerged victorious, defeated the mercurial Napoleon Bonaparte. We will say, thank God we've done our duties, but no part of us will be lost. We are starting with our parts whole, and we'll also end with our parts whole. For us to go and put our heads together again, so that we may not be like a bad mason, you know. You would have to get exactly the edge of one block to align with the edge of the other block. So you have a straight line. And if there's no straight line, anything could happen. It could collapse. And we can't afford such a luxury. The panel would be better served if we adjourn this matter and come out with a position on the observations, crucial observations raised, touching on jurisdiction. We'd like to reassemble again on Friday. Friday's what date?
Friday's 13th.
Friday the 13th of November 2020. We have 39 petitions. For today, it was said to be inaugural sitting. With inaugural sitting, forbid us from going into the nitty-gritty of our being here. I don't think so.
They have inaugurated. It is normal when a court commences sitting, certain observations to be made, even in normal court sitting. There is a commission of inquiry. They have had their inaugural sitting. It has been inaugurated, and then certain observations were made and put forward to the chairman and members of the panel, who have decided to go and look into those concerns that have been raised by the lawyers, to now come up on Friday to brief us all on what is their position on those issues that have been raised. As you have heard, one of the issues that have been raised is the fact that the proper body in respect of which these complaints are directed, that is the Nigerian police, is not here. And then if we have to be fair to them, they should be given an opportunity to respond to this complaint. We've also observed that the respondents in the petitions are usually put to be the government of Cross River State, and we know that the states do not have control over police. Police affairs and issues relating to police is in the exclusive legislative list, which is that of the federal government. So the lawyers and the petitioners who are appearing also wants to be ascertained with regards to the fact that there is actually competence in them to go on and do what they are doing. Let us not engage in an exercise in futility. At the end of the day, the federal government will come up and say that no, we did not. That is not part of our responsibility, part of your responsibility, and you cannot give us such a work to do for you. So if there can be an instrument, we know that the president made that blanket statement that commissions of inquiry should be set up by the states to look into it. But that is a verbal statement. If they can transmit some instruments which will have some legal authority to the various states to enable them perform that duty. And if recommendations are made, let there be enforceable. So there are a few other issues that have been raised. If the state government is a respondent, can the Attorney General be sitting as a member of the panel, who in law is the chief law officer of the state and represents the states? So they are going to look into all that and then come up with a position that we will proceed with. There was a sitting, it's an inaugural sitting, and the inaugural sitting has taken place.
So the issue of compensation was also reached?
Yes, we've not reached there. The terms of reference is to make recommendations. So compensations are part of the things that to recommend. Any of the petitions that has merit, they make recommendation. So I said so that we would not be embarking on an exercise in futility. So let there be a proper legal backing instruments mandating the various, except the state government is prepared to take the responsibility. Then they make it clear that whatever the police did in our respective states, we will take the responsibility. Then we know that. Otherwise, we know that police is within the exclusive legislative list of the federal government, and it is only the National Assembly that can make laws and impose responsibility with regards to police.
I am representing about 9 petitioners, and we are happy that we held the inaugural session today. We can only hope the best will come out of this exercise.
Lots of points were raised during the session. And what if there is no compensation for those who actually disable their companies? What happens?
Yes, remember, it's an inquiry panel. Their power starts and ends with recommendations. And if the government that set up this panel of inquiry refused to implement the recommendation, we will have no option than to go to court to compel them to, do the needful. You see, it will be ridiculous, and that government will invest taxpayers' resources to pretend to inquire into the causes of NSAS protest and turn around not to listen to the same inquiry recommendations. A lot of people have not come here because there have been series of inquiry commissions and government have paid lip service to the recommendations. We only hope that this will not be like one of those numerous inquiry reports in the archives of government that have not been implemented. And if they don't, we'll continue to protest peacefully and only hope that things will change for better. I don't know what you call a threat to the state. Who is the state? We the people. We are the states. So we must hold government accountable.